Hey guys, this is one of the most interesting videos I have passed by recently. The name of it is History of the Entire World, I guess. So let's just check it out. I'm gonna interpret this if I can.
Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space. Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's water. Fuck it. Actually, most of it's water. I can't even get from here to there without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I miss you. How did this happen?
That was that was funny. That was
Long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere. It's been so everywhere, you don't need a where. You don't even need a when. That's how every it gets.
Why is there a pause?
Forget this. I want to be something, go somewhere, do something. I want things to change. I want to invent time and space. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably already happened. I just don't know when to start.
Okay,
And
this
that's
stuff is a little bit complicated because quantum physics.
exactly where it started. Oh, I paused it. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of? Quarks and stuff. Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time. Try to
That seems to be a somewhat good explanation of time.
stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier.
Yes.
But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1 jillion degrees. Great news, the quarks are now happily married in groups of 3, called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still too... Great news, the protons and neutrons are now happily married to each other. Some of them even doubled up. Great news, the electrons have now joined in. Congratulations, the world is now a bunch of gas in space.
That is quite true. The universe was a bunch of gas and space. Literally everything was just gas and dust
But it's getting closer together.
because of
And it's getting closer together.
gravity.
And it's getting closer together. It's a star. New shit just got made.
So most of the new elements, other than hydrogen and helium, most of the more complicated elements got formed in stars. It's even today they are being formed in stars. Yeah, and obviously after the formation of the stars, there's going to be a lot of space dust and stuff, which will get closer together due to gravity and then form planets.
Some stars burn out and die. Bigger stars burn out and die with passion and make some brand new,
Yes.
way crazier shit. Which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made and then die and explode into
Nebulas.
So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Holy shit, we just got hit with another ball of flaming rocks. And it kind of...
Those flaming rocks were the ones which actually formed the core of the earth. If you actually study geography, you'll notice that the core of the earth is made out of iron and nickel. It's a liquid metal in the middle of the earth. So how did that happen? How did liquid metal end up in the middle of the earth? It was these two collisions which made it happen. That's how iron was introduced into the earth.
made a mess, which is... Weather update, it's raining rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks might have had water inside them and now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor is no longer lava. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world is now an ocean.
That's true, although according to modern science, the ocean did form because of insane amount of raining. It's pretty hard to believe, but it's true.
Volcano alert. That's land. There's life in the ocean. What? Something's alive in the ocean. Oh, cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It lives at the bottom of the ocean and eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining rocks or whatever. Oh yeah, and it can do that. It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean? Now you can eat sunlight. Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food. Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue.
Yes, back in the days there was no oxygen in the sky, very little, and because of these bacteria which formed all over the ocean, they were capable of producing oxygen, and that's why oxygen formed. If you guys know, there's something called the ozone layer. Ozone is a different form of oxygen. It's a different type of oxygen. So some of this oxygen which was released got combined together to form the ozone layer. I think they most probably should show that in this video because that's also part of history.
It might have been a snowball for a while,
Ice
maybe even
Age.
a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm, and some other types of weird, strange water bugs and strange fish. It's the Cambrian explosion.
The Cambrian explosion is called the Big Bang of life. It's when a huge number of new species and creatures suddenly showed up.
Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean. Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser. Oh, okay. Not anymore, there's a blanket. Now the animals can go on land. Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care. Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here?
Yes,
Maybe.
plants came onto land first before the
Like some
animals.
bugs and fish.
The first animals to move onto land were they were the scorpions, arachnids, and maybe spiders.
Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water to have babies. Learn to use an egg.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water is in the egg. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me. Bye bye, ocean. And now everything's huge, including bugs. Want to see a map of the land? Sure. Oh fuck, now everything's dead. Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart. Don't worry about it. It does that all the time.
Continental
Here comes a
drift.
meteor.
If you noticed, the
Yeah,
asteroid
broke apart,
fell
don't
on
worry
Mexico.
about
If you notice something, the asteroid actually fell on Mexico, which is pretty accurate. A lot of people think that there seems to be evidence of a crater somewhere around Mexico, and a lot of people think that this was the asteroid that actually destroyed the dinosaurs.
Does that all the time. Here comes a meteor. And the dinosaurs are gone. It's mammal time. Here come the mammals. Look at those breasts. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them just learned how to grab stuff. And
It's true. At first, dinosaurs were like bird reptiles. Soon after the dinosaurs became extinct, the mammals took over. Which were back in the days, mammals were like a very small species. They were like rats roaming around. But now, since the dinosaurs were gone, the mammals started to dominate the earth.
walk. No, like walk like that and grab stuff at the same time. And bang rocks together to make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire. Youch. And make crazy sounds with their voice. Which can mean different things. That's a human person. And now they're everywhere. Almost. Ice Age. What? You can walk over here? Cool. Not anymore. Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the planet. And they're chasing their food. Fuck it, time to plant some grass. Look at this. I control the food now. Now everyone will want to be my friend and live near me. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I own the food. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley right in between these two rivers. And the animals are helping. Guess what happens next? More food. And more people who came to buy the food. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales. And now you need houses for people to live in and people to make the houses. And now there's more people and they invent things, which makes things better. And more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people. And now there's business, money, writing, laws,
Society.
power. Society. Coming soon to a dank river valley near you.
Because obviously the only the major rivers of the world, like the Nile, in India and China, these actually form the cradles of civilization. This is where people came because there was fresh water to live on.
Meanwhile,
And they
out
could
in
do
the middle of
farming.
nowhere, the horse is probably being tamed. Why is all my metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing bronze, made with special
The Bronze
ingredient
Age.
tin from the far lands of Tinland. I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Also, guess what? Egypt! Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, China! And did I mention Indus River Valley Civilization? The Middle East is getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses. And they made an empire. And then everyone else
Indo-Europeans.
copied their horses. Greeks! Ah, look, it must be the Greeks, or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the Indus River Valley civilization. They're gone. Guess who's not gone? China. New arrivals in India. Maybe it's those horse people I was talking about, or their cousins or something.
The
And they wrote
Aryans.
some hymns and mantras
These are the
and stuff.
Aryans.
You could make a religion out of this. There's the Bronze Age collapse. Now the Phoenicians can get down to business. Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And they believe in God. Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian Empire. Wow, that's big. Ah, the Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy who sat under a tree for so long and he figured out how to ignore the fact that we're all dying. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just broke, but while it was breaking, Confucius was figuring out how to have good morals. Ah, the Greeks just had the idea of thinking about stuff. And right over here, Alexander just had the idea of conquering the entire Persian Empire. It's a great idea. He was great. And now he's dead. Hopefully the rest of the gang will be able to share the empire evenly between them. Knock knock, it's Chandragupta. He says, get the hell out of here. Will you get the hell out of here if I give you 500 elephants? Okay, thanks, bye. Time to conquer all of India. Or most of India. But what about this part? That's the Tamil Kings. No one conquers the Tamil Kings.
There were 3 Tamil kings, the Sera, Sola and the Pandya.
Who are the Tamil Kings? Merchants, probably. And they've
They were
got
not merchants.
spices. Who would like to buy the spices? Me, said the Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world.
That's very
China.
true, because what happened was in South India and Sri Lanka were making the spices, and Arabs had the habit of buying from them and distributing it to everywhere. Arabs were the distributors. They were taking the spices and selling it to Europeans, Africans, everywhere.
Put itself
Most probably because they were from the Middle East, which was in the middle of everything. Lol.
back together again with good morals as their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies. Out here, the horse nomads run wild and free, and they would like to ransack your city.
Oh God.
Let's check the Greekification levels of the Greekified kingdoms. Greekification overload. Bye, said the Parthians. Bye, said the Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting to get tired of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who seems to be getting very popular and is then arrested and killed for being too popular, which only makes him more popular. You can make a religion out of this. Want silk? Now you can buy it from China. They just made a brand new road to the world. Or you can get their own water. Sick, new trade routes, said India, accidentally spreading their religion to the entire southeast. That's a good place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it collapses again. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would like to build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it together. China's whole again. Then it broke again. Still can't cross the Sahara Desert? Try camels. Hell yeah, now we got business, said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering, is loving Jesus legal yet? No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be closer to his main rival. Don't worry about Rome, it won't fall. It's the golden age of India. There's the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra. The first. Guess who's in Rome?
That's
Barbarians. What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half is just...
This is historically known as the fall of the Roman Empire. Although you had the Eastern Roman Empire, which will later be called as the Byzantine Empire. This is where, in history, this is what we call as the fall of Rome. This is the beginning of the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages, the time of Europe where there was very little development, no progress in the standards of living. It was mostly all about war, pestilence, plague. It was a dark time for Europeans. And this dark time will be, historians will say that this dark time ended at the Renaissance, which took place maybe around like 1,000 years later, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I had to check up on that.
Fine, but it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name. The Mayans have figured out the stars. Oh, and here's a huge city, population everyone. The Gok Turks have taken over the entire Eurasian steppe. Great job, Gok Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China? Back together. How's those trading kingdoms? Bigger and there's more of them. Korea has 3 kingdoms. Japan has a kingdom. It's the Sunrise Kingdom. Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God whispers in Muhammad's ear. So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he tells them their gods are all fake. And everyone got so mad at him that he had to leave town and go to a different town. You can make a religion out of this and maybe conquer the world as well.
Oh
The
god.
Roman Empire is long gone, but somehow the Pope is still the Pope. Plus, there's new kingdoms all over Europe. I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the
That was
wisdom
a pun. That was a good pun. Moors.
in a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom, just in time for the Islamic Golden Age. Let's bring stuff to the coast and sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now. Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere? The Franks have the biggest kingdom in Europe, and the Pope is so proud that he invites the king over for Christmas. Surprise, you're the new Roman emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks broke their kingdom into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners, or just Norse if you don't have much time, are exploring. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and they find some land, two types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also